There are some times in the winter I get a hankering for a rustic plate of supper. Kinda like something from the holidays, but without the whole day of cooking. Today I'm gonna show you how to bake a ham steak and help you figure out how to find a good one. It's quick, simple, absolutely delicious, and even better, it's sourced locally. I'm gonna flavor it up with a fantastic marinade and then serve it up with some vegetables and some potatoes of some sort. It's gonna be awesome. Let's get cooking. Alright, we're going to start out by marinating our ham steak, and check this guy out. Make sure to stay tuned to learn where I got this thing from. First, you're going to want to get a mixing bowl to make the marinade, and begin with 1.5 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2.25 teaspoons of black pepper, 2.5 tablespoons of maple syrup, and another 2.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And then add in 1.5 cups of distilled water and thoroughly mix all the ingredients together with a fork or whisk. Don't worry, all these ingredients are listed in the description below. This is a 2.25 pound ham steak, and my preference is to use a gallon freezer bag. Place the steak inside and then pour in the marinade over the meat, and then into the fridge it goes for at least an hour, 3 hours if you can, and even longer is better. This video is sponsored by Conley Family Farms, serving the Southwest Ohio area with pasture-raised Berkshire pork since 2021. Grown locally to me, I know this meat was raised and harvested humanely by a family that I know and trust. Conley Family Farms and the Neighbor's Kitchen proudly encourage you to take back control of your meat and buy local. For all my neighbors in the area, you can get the same quality Berkshire pork that I know and love by contacting them through their Facebook, available in the description below. Thank you, Conley Family Farms, for sponsoring today's video. After marinating in the fridge for a while, go ahead and preheat the oven to 375 degrees and choose the correct size oven-safe dish based on the size of your steak. This is a big old steak, so I'm going to use this 13 by 9 inch Pyrex. Alternatively, you could cut your steak into smaller pieces and evenly space them in the dish of your choosing. I'm going to cover mine in some of the marinade we used, and then once the oven is preheated, I'm going to cook it for 20 minutes to start. If you are working with a smaller steak, reduce the time, but still look for an internal temperature of 145 degrees. After 20 minutes, I'm going to check it with an instant read thermometer, and mine's not quite there yet, so I'm going to give it another 5 minutes in the oven. After an additional 5 minutes, remove from the oven, and with some tongs, remove the steak from the cooking dish and let it rest for a few minutes on the surface you will carve it on. I'm going to quarter this giant steak into portions that I consider to be one serving. Well, let's go ahead and see how we did. Alright, well let's check out this pork steak. I made it with some steamed green beans and my cheesy potatoes, and I made sure to pick the piece that was bone in because that's where all the flavor is. Pretty simple, just took 20 minutes in the oven, a little bit of time in the fridge to marinate. I already know what this is because I can smell it. You guys can't, but this marinade that was provided to me by the same people who grew this is amazing. I can smell the sweet from both the brown sugar and the maple syrup, and the W sauce just has this little hint of awesomeness. There's salt and black pepper in there, so it's gonna have a little bit of a bite. You guys gotta try this at home. What a great winter meal. I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. I apologize. Absolutely perfect. 10 out of 10. I picked some of these mashed potatoes. You've already seen me make these. This is my favorite go-to recipe. And then these green beans. I mean, at the end of the day, this is still kind of ham. So anything you'd make with ham, Use this aside. This is fantastic. You saw how big that cut was. This would easily feed more people than just me, but I'm gonna eat it all on my own. Guys, I thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Check out the sponsor to this video below in the description. Check out the recipe below, the marinade, it's all down there. Guys, until next time, be well.